Mhm.
So are you surviving, Liz?
To introduce Payton Maffioli, and she's a recent grad of Grand Forks Secondary School and attending Selkirk College, taking integrated in environmental planning program. But the big thing is that she was actually a member of the Global Citizenship Club for 4 years at GFSS. And today she's going to talk to us about what some of her learnings were, what some of our ahas were, and what brought her to this place of where she's seeing her future is going. So we're going to turn it over to you, Payton.
Okay, so I'm Payton Maffioli, and I was crowned Miss Teenage Kootenai Boundary this year, and I had the honor to represent our community in Toronto at Miss Teenage Canada, and thank you all for your support. So a little bit about myself. I really love the outdoors, and I'm a big photographer. I really love modeling, dancing. I love sports. I just love anything that gets me to be outside and being active. And a few of my accomplishments, I've been to 5 provincials in high school, which has been soccer and basketball and curling. I recently got bronze at provincials for curling this year, so go Wolves. And I just want to thank my school as well for being able to support me in all of my sports and all my academics, because I wouldn't have gotten this far without my teachers and my community. So global citizenship really impacted me in high school. I found a place where I really belonged, and we worked a lot on environmental issues and human rights matters. So when I got into global citizenship in grade 9, I was really nervous because me and my friends were the youngest to join the club. And so a lot of the grade 11s and grade 12s took over, but it was really amazing to watch them lead and organize these events. So as we got up higher and higher in grades, we ended up taking over those events as well. So some of my favorite events in global citizenship would be food drives for our local church and for Christmas hampers and for the food bank and also the women's shelter. And I also love doing bake sales because I get together with my friends the night before and we just kind of whip something together, and all of our proceeds would also go towards the women's shelter or some distant organizations like the SPCA or Amnesty International. And some school challenges that we had included from grade 8 to grade 12, we'd have whoever could donate the most food to the food bank and whoever could write the most letters to Amnesty International. So that was pretty cool to be able to get all of the students involved. And it was just amazing to see them unite through one thing. And Amnesty International actually happens almost on my birthday every year, so December 12th. And I would organize a letter writing campaign with my friends and my club. And Amnesty International is an organization that works to free environmentalists or journalists or political leaders who have been jailed or who have been killed in other countries or in tragic situations. So for them, we're doing justice and we're showing the world like what we can do as the youth to make an impact. And in the summertime, we would like to do something called Walk for Water. So that's where you'd have a big jug on your head and you'd walk across a field and back 10 times. And it's just to give you a sample of the day in the life of a lot of African women and children in Africa who'd have to do this every day. And then it'd be a challenge. So you donate $1 or $2. And then all of that went to an organization in Africa. I can't remember the name, but I think it was along with Walk for Water. And in the springtime and in February, we did a lot of Indigenous organization and events. So like Louis Riel Day we bake bannock for the school, which I really enjoy. And we do some factual events, and we'd get together with our elders and we'd have drumming circles, and we'd also have smudging. And just last year we adopted the Truth and Reconciliation Day. And that was incredible because there were so many students who were on board with this, and it was just an army of orange at the school, which is really amazing to see. So with Global Citizenship, why I joined is because I wanted to make a difference in the community, no matter how big, no matter how small. And I really want to make a positive impact in the world. And for me, my focus is environment. So I really care about global matters going around the world. And for my college degree, I want to get a degree in environmental sciences so that I'm able to continue into law school and become an environmental lawyer. And the reason being is because I'm so passionate about protecting the wilderness and our environment, because I believe the environment is our future. And being a youth, unfortunately, the future of us is in our hands only right now. And I strongly encourage all of us to take a hold and make a difference. And that's why I really love seeing all of you guys here as well, because we all care so deeply about making peace and making amends with this world. So I'm very grateful to be here talking to you guys today. And what I'm very proud of in some recent years, I've worked on some projects. One of my favorites is the Wolf Call. So the Wolf Call, not a lot of people know about it. Our BC government in 2018 spent $2 million of our tax money on killing wolves. And in the last 2 to 3 years, we've killed about 1,000 wolves in BC and in the Rockies. So when I heard about this, I was actually in Miss Mary's social justice class, and we were able to choose a final project. And mine was about the Wolf Call. And there were so many kids that came up to me afterwards, like, I didn't know this, like, can you teach us more? And I had the principal come up to me and asked if I could do a presentation. And it was really encouraging to see that people supported me in this field and this passion that I want to continue to take on. And another project that I worked on was about the Sinaiaks, which were unfortunately considered extinct in the 20th century. So I worked with Joan Hart. She works at the municipal campground in Grand Forks. She's an incredible leader, and I really enjoyed working with her. And I hope that I'm not too busy during this college year that I can continue to work with her, because I know my graduating year, I was very, very busy with schoolwork and a lot of extracurricular activities. But I'm very passionate about Indigenous culture because it's always been a part of my life, and it's had a big role in my life since I was younger. I myself am Métis, and my cousin identifies as First Nations. And because we are who we are, we were in a Indigenous program in elementary school. And as soon as we were put in that program, I fell in love with the art, the history of Indigenous culture. And I'm very proud to have been sashed this last year at our school, and to be recognized for the work that I've put in for Indigenous awareness. And I also worked on a project about missing and murdered Indigenous women, which is another topic that I'm really passionate about, because as a woman and being Métis, it's very scary to be out in this world because you never know what could happen. And I want to save the women and children from having to be put in vulnerable situations, because I want our world to be diverse and safe for everyone. And my platform really revolves around Indigenous awareness and environmental protection. So this is exactly why I chose to go into integrated environmental planning, to head on to my path to make more of a difference in our world and for our country and for our province. So I want to be an environmental lawyer because I realized a year ago, like I really love biology and I love working outdoors, but it's more about other people's interests and the youth's interests and generations after me's interests, because I just want to make sure that they have a future where they're able to work outside as well. And to be an environmental lawyer would be an honor to protect their future. And for other little girls and boys like me who want to be a biologist, they can do that. So what difference do I want to make? I really want to bring peace between the environment and humans, because we really need to practice more sustainable practices. And it really breaks my heart to see the direction that our world is going. So I really tried to encourage our youth in our school last year to get involved with our community and with matters such as this. So hopefully this year, when I finish college early, I can come back and mentor at the high school. And I know that there's a lot of bright students at the school that would be interested, and I'm really excited to see where they go in their lives. And if I get to travel more, I'd also like to impact other people's lives as well. So that's a blurb about myself. I probably talked way too fast, but that's okay.
That was really nice, really well done, Payton, and definitely gave us a broad scope of, you know, your interests and what brought you to this place. We're looking for questions from any of our audience.
I think every question that I thought of, Payton answered.
Okay, I thought I was talking too fast that you guys would be like, wait, what? Like trying to grab that out of thin air.
I don't have a question, but I do have a little comment. You talked about the Sinaiacs, Payton.
Yeah.
You can connect on campus in Selkirk with a lot of Sinaiacs peoples.
Yes.
That's
I actually,
somewhere you can work from too.
Laura, I wanted to ask you, is the Mir Center associated with the Boundary Peace Initiative, or?
Well, we work with them and we help them out and they help us out.
Okay.
So
All right. Good to know, because I'm trying to find my crew around here.
Payton, I'm a member of the Mir Advisory Council, and Jenny Barron, who's the chair of the Mir Center, would love to meet you. She couldn't come today, but she's interested in the recording, and I will send her a link to it. But I really hope that you'll have a chance to meet her. And I think that it would be very, very easy for you to collaborate with all kinds of things that are happening at the Mir Center and with the Peace Studies program, as well as IEP.
I'd love to carry the legacy from Grand Forks over to Castlegar and unite us. And when we're together, we're stronger. So
Jenny's a wonderful person.
I'm excited to meet her.
And
Yeah.
just so you know, Linda and her late husband, Myler Wilkinson, they were two of the instrumental people in getting the Mir Center established.
They were pivotal.
They were pivotal, and both had worked at Selkirk College as well.
That's amazing. Yeah. You'll have to tell me where your pictures are on the wall.
Linda's right here, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see my husband's picture in the center of the Mir Center. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll look for them.
Yeah. I'm just thrilled that you're there. I can remember being a student at Selkirk College, and I was walking down a street in Castlegar, and I saw a poster that had an image of the world, the globe. And underneath it, it said, the earth is but one country and mankind its citizens. And I just immediately thought, I'm in global citizenship. Yes. So I'm just delighted that there's such a thing as a global citizenship club at the high school. And here's a new teacher at the high school and she'll be involved. And yeah, so.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I'm sorry I missed you. You've already graduated.
I know. Oh.
So Payton, this is Liz Archer. Is her name that's
Hi.
coming.
Hi,
And you're joining Kristen.
I'm joining Kristen. I've told her already about, I've expressed my interest in joining the club and helping to keep it going at the high school.
Yes,
And really
yes.
much like Linda, it's those two words put together that just sum up my values, global citizenship. So I thought I have to be part of that club, and I'm eagerly anticipating our first meeting on Monday.
Oh, I wish I could be there. Oh, I'm excited to see the students that join the club this year, and hopefully if I come back early, I can mentor them as well.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really cool experience.
Very much.
Yeah.
Well, Payton, my name's Lizanne and I work here at the library, and I'm just wondering, are there any organizations or groups that you can join that are like the Global Citizenship Club?
There's a sustainability club, I think. A recent Selkirk College alumni, she started it up, and next week is Clubs Day, so I'll be able to venture around and see where I fit in. And if there is an Indigenous program here, which I'm also interested in, so I'm going to be looking out for clubs that I can continue to make a difference in.
It's great. Well done.
Payton, there's one person I'd love for you to meet, Jenny, and you will, but there's also a retired biology instructor. His name is Peter Woods, and he's involved in the Muir Center as well. And he knows everything about bees and the plants, and he's a wonderful environmentalist. And he's very active in everything that's going on around the college and in the entire community there. So he's another person you'll have.
I'll have to meet both of them. That's so exciting. Like, I love the connection from both of our communities. Like, I'm not alone.
You're certainly not. And there's Rob McCree as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
meet him in IEP.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
Rob McCrae. And he is about 7 feet tall.
Yeah, he's very tall.
Oh my goodness.
I let you know about him. Remember, I was talking to you about him.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'd be able to pick him out of a crowd.
Yeah.
So Payton, I love your youthful energy. It's hard to keep up with all your passions.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if you could say something like, do you see your peers, do you see any really kind of a concrete youth movement that is interest in the future of the planet, in making changes, or seeing that they're capable of making changes?
In Selkirk?
No, I'm talking about from your past experience in the high school.
I can't hear.
I think with the way that the media is going, there will definitely be more influence on younger students. And I can already see like the turnouts at these events are just going to be more and more groundbreaking. And I think if we introduce it at the school more this year, because COVID limitations are lifted, it will be such a huge impact, because it'll just be like a wake up call, like we got to get something done, right? Because our future is at stake. And I think then it will mean like we have to get something done. Yeah. I'd love to present at the high school, hopefully. Yeah. They'd be like, why'd you graduate? Like, her energy's just like everywhere. Like, yeah.
That's so exciting. So Payton, you're okay if I've passed your email on for Linda to let Jenny know how to get in touch with you, or your phone number if you were interested in sharing that?
Of course. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll definitely, I've been in touch with her already today, and I'll send her your email. Hopefully
Mhm.
you'll connect soon. That would be great.
Okay. No, that's super exciting. I'd love to work with fellow environmentalists at Selkirk College.
And so I wonder if anybody online has any questions or comments that they would like to make. Question of Payton.
I wonder if no one else has a question. If you have any suggestions, because we've certainly tried to involve more youth in the Peace Cafe, or trying to make connections between this older generation and youth, because I think that's really powerful when we can work together, when you have that, experience of older people and the energy and enthusiasm and creativity of younger people.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get the two together, and I don't know if you have any suggestions.
I'd say just based on my generation, connection between youth to youth is impactful. And I find it baffling because I'm like, no one got along with me. Like, what? But no, it's true. Like, we listen to each other, and we respect each other, and we respect each other's interests for the most part. But we listen to each other because when someone your age goes up on stage to talk about something, it's like they're brave, like, and you focus because like, wow, like, what if I did that too, right? And it almost makes you motivated to be like them as well. So I think if they see a youth as a role model, they'll follow that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd love to have Laura as a speaker at our school this year. I'm gonna contact Miss Mary about that, because I think she'd be really interested in having you this year.
Well, that's good. We've never been able, it's very hard to get into the schools. We're a peace group, and we're political activists. So the schools don't like us.
I'll pull some strings, don't worry. I'm a political activist, kind of, very minimal, but so are some of the teachers, and we have to be inclusive of that, because we have to know what's going on out there as well, and students need to know what's going on out there, especially people who are graduating.
Like every time I've gone to the school board, like I've asked, not only me, but others. And we've been told, well, if an individual teacher or the students ask the teacher, then they'll allow us in there. Otherwise, we can't.
And they do that not just because you're an activist. They do that for almost every other group as well, Laura.
Okay.
It's not personal.
Well, I didn't take it personally on me,
But not,
no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, because I think more youth needs to really get involved with what's going on. And I think if we're all connected together on peace and unity and togetherness, like, we'll be much stronger as a generation.
Exactly, yeah. And the thing is, it has to be student or teacher driven.
Yeah.
Because the district gets contacts from everybody, because people want access to the students. And so they're protecting that, right?
Yeah. I mean, they let the MPs come in and talk to us. So I don't see why not, like, organizations can come in and talk too.
Oh, but if you ask as a student group, then they would honor that.
Yeah.
But they don't just let people that want to come and talk to students in.
Okay.
So it has to be a particular interest of the teacher and the
Yeah.
students and
Yeah.
a particular subject.
Yeah, which is why we did the Peace Cafe,
Yeah.
because we had a couple teachers
Yeah.
there at the school. Were you there when we had the Peace Cafe online with the Global Citizenship Club? What was it, 2 years ago now?
That, yeah, it was during COVID.
I must have been there. Yeah.
We had a couple of Indigenous speakers in the high school.
Oh, yeah.
And Paul Hanley too, the environmentalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was-
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And that was through Kristen, and then Kristen getting in, Mrs. Mary or Miss Mary getting in touch with other teachers that would be interested.
Yeah.
We had an Indigenous person speak about the murdered and missing Indigenous people, women.
I remember crying about that actually.
Were you in
Yeah.
that classroom?
Yeah.
Were you part of that class? Yeah.
I remember I was in a class where we had a speaker come in and talk about missing and murdered Indigenous women, and it was very heartbreaking. So like I'm so glad that I had Miss Mary as a teacher, because she really opened my heart towards these matters, and I'm very lucky to that I had her.
Yeah, we met with, I don't remember if you were there, actually.
No, she was
No,
grade
you weren't
12.
there, because I
She
would have
wouldn't have been.
remembered, yeah. Um,
It was grade 11 and
Down.
lower.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yes, we met and we were with the Global Citizen, some of the members of the club and Miss Mary, and we're really impressed with how articulate they were. So I think those grade 12 students are in good hands this year. You know, they're,
Oh yeah, I know
They're ready
some
to be
very
leaders.
ambitious grade 12s this year, very determined.
yeah, we were hoping that, oh dear, did we lose her? Oh no, she's there.
Hi.
We were hoping that there might actually be a, because we had a peace conference in Grand Forks in April. And we really missed that youth element, that participation of youth in that conference.
That might have been the same. Was that the same week as a BAM field trip?
Was that April 30th?
No, never. Oh,
Yeah.
I was in Vancouver.
Yeah,
Miss Mary was there.
yeah, Miss Mary
Yeah.
attended. That's why we met with the club, but we've just had some initial conversations on having a youth-led peace conference. And yeah, we'd really like to see something like that happen.
Have to shut my alarm off. Dedication time.
Yeah.
I was hoping it wasn't your bedtime.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, so what do you think? Do you think there would be the enthusiasm for something like that?
I think there would, because when we had the climate protest in 2020, I think, or was it 2019? It was with the high school. There was about 100 to 200 kids out protesting. I was like, where did we all come from? But it was amazing. So I think having a conference or something to get all youth fighting for something that they're passionate about would be awesome. I'd show up.
Hey, have to do it on a weekend then, and when there's
Yeah.
no exam, which is what it would be anyhow, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that the interact clubs across our East Kootenays, they're all working with Rotary. When I say interact with Rotary clubs, and they are actually planning a peace summit themselves right now, and it's all student led. So it might be interesting to even be able to connect in some way. I don't know if there's a Rotaract club at Selkirk. You could check.
There might be, yeah.
If you hooked in with them, because they're going to be part of that planning as well.
Okay.
And this peace summit is going to include, it's a Canada-US and the US part goes down to Tri-Cities, part of Idaho, a little bit of Montana, and kind of from Spokane down.
It would be great to connect East and West Kootenays as well. That would be-
Yeah,
The actual East Kootenays are very active right now. Their
oh,
students
good.
very active. So that would be a great place to kind of connect and see kind of what they're doing too.
Yeah,
Another avenue.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I think the more collaboration we can get between all
better.
these different groups, the better.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Because that was something that came out of our conference for some of the comments where we didn't know there were so many different groups working towards the same goal. And if we could join forces, it'd be much more powerful.
Yes, because peace is strength, and with strength, there's peace, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes. And together, we can accomplish lots.
Yes, we're in this together.
well, we definitely are. Yeah, everyone's affected by all these issues, no matter where
Yeah.
you live. So,
Absolutely everyone, no matter where you're from, no matter who you are, everyone is affected.
And it all has to do with justice, social justice,
Yes.
equity between men and women. You know, there's a few things, quotes that I've seen that said there won't be any peace till there is true equity between men and
Yeah.
women. Globally.
Yeah, I was in social justice last year, and I had to leave the room a couple times because I was just either like bawling my eyes out or just fuming about a debate. And I know they're just debates, they're just mock debates, but I still get passionate about them.
Mhm.
The trick is making that passion into activism.
Well,
Yes.
And positive activism.
making it active and
Making- yeah.
achieving goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
In a positive
Positively.
way, yeah. Yeah, and it involves doing things together. There's a lot of strength, and you've already mentioned in unity, doing things together.
Yeah.
And I really think that one thing that we should be looking around to always try to do is how we can help each other. What kind of service can we provide for our communities, for each other, for, you know, just individually and collectively? How do we do this together?
I think that's one question I had for you personally as a new to high school teacher. To someone who's just gone right through all of high school. So you've been through all of those years and had so many experiences. When you mentioned that youth tend to have the greatest influence on each other, of course, I recognize that as a mother as well. But as
Yes.
a teacher who's trying desperately every day to have the maximum influence, if in fact the most influence is among peers, student peers, then what would you propose or what could you suggest as a teacher would be my most effective way of supporting or encouraging students to have those healthy and positive connections between each other? What could you see the role of a teacher being?
Mind control. No, I'm joking.
Send me the potion.
I was inspired by Miss Mary, and because of that inspiration, I grew this passion for the environment and activism. And so I was able to influence youth around me, and youth started looking up to me. So as a teacher, if you just connect with those few students who really look up to you, then people will also start looking up to them. Youth will start looking up to them as a leader as well. Yeah. And I was gonna use the analogy like, oh, everyone follows the cool kids, right? But there's also the analogy, there's a video actually about it where one guy just starts dancing in the middle of a crowd. No one else is dancing. Then everyone starts dancing with them. So it just takes one act of bravery for people to go, wow. And it can be from teacher to student, student to their peers. Yeah. It's just
Beautiful answer.
a butterfly effect.
That lets me off the hook from trying to reach all of the students. I just have to reach one. And then
I
they'll
was
spread it.
the one student that she reached in my grade, really, and I influenced so many other people. So it's just amazing how that works. It's just a tree. It's just, it branches out. Yeah.
Have to start dancing.
Right. I can do that.
I mean, I dance all the time. People thought it was okay. So yeah.
You have to provide the music for the
There you
teacher
go.
or the student to start dancing.
Yeah.
I'll play the
Yeah.
music.
Yes, play the music and the students will start dancing. That's a good analogy too.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
You know what, Payton, it'll be so interesting to have you maybe visit us again in the spring after
Yeah.
this, first year is completed at Selkirk,
Yeah.
and to share again some of your insights and learnings and the things that you got involved with this year.
I'm like a secret spy for you guys. I'm like picking up all the info and like reporting it back.
Yeah, you're the secret spy. Yeah, for sure. So we'll let our online audience maybe have another opportunity to ask you a question or make a comment. Is there anybody that would like to say anything or ask Payton anything? So Payton, is there anything else you would like to add?
I think, well, I am very excited to be working further with everyone and to meet the other amazing activists in Castlegar. That makes me feel more comfortable that there's other people like me and that I can make a difference with.
For sure.
Payton, I hope you'll have a chance to connect with some of the international students too.
I've met quite a few international students so far.
Yes.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I worked in international education and it was just wonderful to meet students from different parts of the world, and there's just a whole other way of connecting with being a global citizen.
Yeah.
That's great. You're already on it.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to thank?
Do I want
Yeah.
to thank you?
We all do.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
I was so nervous about this.
Your passion and your just your way of speaking is contagious, and we look forward to it's a good thing. You did wonderfully well here in Grand Forks, and it's spreading, and we're really looking forward to how you connect with others there too. So thank you. You're our first presenter for this part of the Peace Cafe. And thank you always to Lizanne for helping us get this together. The collaboration with this library is wonderful. Anyway.
Thank you guys so much.
Hey, wishing you all the best.
Okay. Am I signing off?
Well, unless you've got something more you want to share at this moment. Otherwise, that's a silly question maybe, but
Stay together.
yeah.
Yes. I can't wait to work with you guys more. I'm excited.
We'll definitely make sure that happens too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank
so
you.
much.
Bye.
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 Talk to you soon.
Yes.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you to all the other participants too.
Mhm.
Yeah.